Live from the banks of the Great Miami River, the Ohio High School Athletic Association proudly presents Division I varsity hockey as the Bishop Watterson Eagles invade the Troy Trojans. Hello, everybody. I'm JT Szabo. Tonight is a non-conference affair between two very good hockey clubs. Both teams coming fresh off of Saturday night victories. Troy in Cincinnati last night, a big 10-2 win over the Cincinnati Elder Panthers. Last night, Capital Hockey Conference action in Columbus saw the Eagles defeating Columbus Academy by a final score of 6-3. As we get set to go underway, your Trojans in their home white uniforms with the scarlet and gray piping inside the Trojans' end, and we're underway from the historic Hobart Arena in downtown Troy. As the Trojans will control out of their zone, starting defenseman, Captain Mike McGurk sends that one ahead now for Cole DeBras and out to center ice. In starting for the net for the Trojans is goaltender Austin Clark, number 30, in for Bishop Watterson, number 40, Andrew Burry, the netminders. Here come the Eagles quickly the other way. A shot. That one hit off the post and knocked back into the far wing corner. Played out. Close call to start this game for the Trojans, as Joey Brussel sends it rink wide now. A dump-in pass, giving the Trojans a chance to change, as that one back out from behind the net, and this one an icing call signaled, and icing now the call with 14:06 to go here in this opening period. And that'll bring the face-off all the way back inside the Bishop Watterson zone, and a pretty close call to start this hockey game. Already ringing one off the pipe, just beating goaltender Austin Clark for the game's first shot, as the draw will be taken inside Bishop Watterson territory, won by the Trojans, back into the near side corner. Played around the Dashers as they'll work it in and around the boards. Chipped up and scooped by the Trojans with a big flip pass up out to neutral ice. Wasn't touched up with a high stick, so play continues as the Trojans are able to dump this one in. Back to Chase's fever for the Eagles, and around the Dashers on the half boards. Held up at the point, held on by Hernandez for a moment, but out come the Eagles the other way as Davis across the line, now all by himself. A backhand feed, rebound, scores. As they say, it's not the first one, it's the ones that come next. And on a rebound attempt, a 1-0 early lead for the Bishop Watterson Eagles off a backhander on the short side of the goal, beating goaltender Austin Clark 1-0 with 13:25 to go here in this opening period from Hobart Arena. One of the few Capital Hockey Conference opponents for the Trojans on the calendar this year is Burris, now across the line for the Trojans. Working it back into the far corner, takes the big hit against the Dashers as they'll work it back out to the point. Here's a shot right on. That one saved by Burry. Stort's getting credit for the goal as you hear Roger Mumpower with the official word down in the public address. As the outlet pass chipped away by the Trojans, big bouncing puck got some airtime there as Joey Brussel work it just inside the half boards before it's stripped away, and now here come the Eagles the other way. Left wing side for Meyer. Stopped up at the point. He'll hold on to his own rebound before dancing around McGurk, and that one fires back into the corner for Berghart, who quickly wraps it around the Dashers' far side. Played at the point, trying to clear was DeBras. Couldn't get the puck loose. Right back to Berghart out from behind the trapezoid, and he'll post up. Under pressure down low by Trout. He'll work the puck now on the near side boards and out. Outlet pass, no icing called, and that will allow wholesale changes for both clubs. As now here's Kellen Glover out from behind the net with the loose puck. Backhand feed taken away at the last second by Trout. And here come the Eagles back out to center ice. Stopped up by Hernandez in front of his own bench. Right back now for Lombardo, who picks up the puck. Dances across. Short side shot. Rebound off the end boards. Back into the far corner. Played around the Dashers. Outlet pass, dangerous play, but picked up by Pelleriti as he'll step across the blue stripe out to center ice and allow the Eagles to get a change as head coach Jay Graham putting a fresh set of legs out on the ice as this one works its way out to center ice and picked up by the freshman, Gavin Quinn, who gets his pocket picked And there's a shot right on, as that one was saved off the shot from Pablo Smith. And held on by the goaltender, Austin Clark, the junior from Bradford, Ohio. Sorry, that was Quinn Garrity who had his pocket picked at the top of the slot. And so the draw, won by the Trojans, quickly back top of the slot again and held on by Colombo. A shot right on. No rebound this time. And so he'll hold on to stop the clock with 11:25 to go in this first period. 1-0. Bishop Watterson off an early goal. And the draw won again by the Eagles. Near side point, forced back in by Fever and around the boards as that one scooped up by Stortz. He'll play it against the Dashers, tangling up with Lombardo. Now gets it ahead. Gavin Burris tried to poke it free. Picked back up by his line mate, Cole DeBras, and sends it rink wide now for Joey Brussel on the near side. Brussel battling down low. Puck knocked away and picked back up, this time by Brendan Fever and across the Trojans line as that one works it back out from the trapezoid. He'll post up and do battle with Mike McGurk. As that one picked again by Gavin Burris, and now a 3-on-2 the other way for the Trojans, and across the line and onside, cuts into the slot. Rink-wide pass, Brussel shot, tried to pick the corner. Nearly got a glimpse of the goaltender, Burry, as that shot right on, knocked away. And finally into the goaltender's paraphernalia to stop the clock with 10:37 to go here in this opening period. Burry had the save. And so the faceoff remain inside the Eagles' territory. Trojans without two seniors in the lineup tonight, as Connor Sexton and Garrett Paff both out of uniform tonight, scratches for the Trojans. And so Troy trying to generate offense without two important pieces of their offensive cog, as this one hit off the side of the cage, nearly intercepted at the last second by Kellen Glover. And the captain couldn't hold on as that one right back to Burkhart. Rink wide, picked off, onside play. Scoop back up by Davis as that errant pass again picked up by Caden Lombardo for a moment before it's wrapped back around the boards for Mike McGurk. It's hit off the puck out down low. Short side shot, paddled aside by Clark. Rebound. Back at the point, hops over the stick, and now a race for Cameron Lombardo. Will he get there in time? Racing with Paviglia, who gets there behind the net and posts up, allowing the Trojans to get a change. Fresh legs out for Troy is head coach Rick Szabo going short bench. Picked up by Trout, out in the slot, knocked away by Hernandez at the last moment. Helping the netminder before he got to the blue paint, and now the errant puck back the other way. Still helmed inside the Trojans' end. Here's Cole DeBras, wink ride. Back for Joey Brussel, who couldn't take the pass, but he'll send it right back to DeBras, who's quick to fire it in, free of charge. Under 10 minutes now to go here in this first period as the Trojans try to contain inside the Eagles zone. Errant pass picked up by Hernandez, who overskates his own puck. Now here's Trout the other way. A shot saved by Clark. Rebound near side corner. Played around the Dashers by Hernandez as he'll try to play it off the side of the cage and does. Works it back to the point near side. Shot off a stick out in front. Paddled aside at the last minute. As we're still working on the technical issues, I think we have most of them sorted out in this 75-year-old building. But the Trojans now doing battle out in front, and there's a shot saved right there by the goaltender, Austin Clark. And that stops the clock with 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in this first period. Glad to have everybody along for the ride, as most of our network issues have been fixed, I'm told. We should be smooth sailing for the rest of the game here on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. Back on the near wing side and ahead. Here's Lombardo. That's hit off a stick out in front, knocked away at the last moment, and this one's going to be scooped up by Marie Grassi, who holds on the far side, and outlet pass. All the way down, icing is signaled. Icing waved off now as it's played up the far side boards. Garrity couldn't clear, scooped up by Glover. He'll chip it off the Dashers and ahead. Giving chase is Lombardo and Garrity. Back out from behind the net. Big hit against the Dashers, knocks Pavliga against the puck. Right back now for Burkhart. Low on the ice, a shot, paddled aside by the goaltender Burry, right back on the near side as Berghardt cheeks it in at the line. Drops it back on the half board's right wing side. Big hit open ice, knocks the puck loose as Berghardt sends a backhander just inside the Eagles line, allowing both clubs to finish their change. As this one offside signaled, and that will allow Bishop Watterson an opportunity to tag up at the Trojans line as Matty Logan clears it out to center ice. For the Trojans as the Eagles send it right back inside Trojan territory with 7:20 now to go in this 1-0 Eagle hockey game. Battling down low inside the Trojans' corner. Right wing side is Kellen Glover. Had his pocket picked, but out of nowhere came Brussel and a shot right on, knocked away. Logan battles back into the corner with a little help from Mike McGurk as they'll work it against the kick plate. Still battling down low. Captain against captain as Hayden Storts tries to knock it off the kick plate and cannot. And finally it is sent the length of the ice. And that will be it for an icing call with 6:51 to go here in this first period. And so the faceoff will come all the way back inside the Trojans' end. And it'll be Gavin Burris to take the draw for the Trojans. And they'll force this one. Still top of the circle as Burris is able to strong arm it around. He'll step across the line before taking the hit. Matty Logan back to give a little relief. Gets knocked off the puck, and now here come the Eagles the other way in onside, too wide. Big hit against Colombo, throws him back into the near wing corner. There's Hernandez, sends it back to the point. Held on by Storts momentarily before Burris is able to get it clear. Took a slash, no call from the back official as play continues. Now 3 wide across the Trojans line. Centering feed, dropped it right back. A shot just wide off the end boards from Colombo. Works it back into the far corner, and it's stripped away by the senior, Caden Lombardo. Out to center ice at the end of his shift. He'll just dump it deep and allow the Trojans to get a change. As now here comes Colombo. Rink wide the other way out to center ice. Intercepted momentarily by Kellen Glover. Takes his man off the puck as they'll battle it down to Mike McGurk as that one signaled offside for the Eagles, forcing them to tag back up at the Trojans line. A little bit of a gift for the Trojan is with a head of steam. Here's Mike McGurk just in onside before his stick is knocked loose. And here comes Nick Colombo back the other way with a quick shot right on. Played, paddled aside by Austin Clark between the pipes. And this one's going to be sent for an icing call. And an icing call with 5:26 to go in the first period. That will bring the faceoff all the way back inside the Trojans' end as head coach Rick Szabo changing lines for this draw. Luke Simone out on the ice to take the draw for Bishop Watterson. He'll go opposite of Kellen Glover as Glover wins it back to Lombardo in the far corner. Outlet pass held on at the line, scooped up by Pavliga as a shot right on, saved by Clark deep in the net. Rebound back on the half board's left wing side. Still playing it out from behind the net. Racing to get it is Lombardo. Now to little brother Cameron Lombardo on the half board's near wing side. A flip pass, long stretch pass for Garrity. Icing signaled and icing called. And a good heads-up play right there by the senior captain, Kellen Glover, for the Trojans, who saw number 5, Quinn Garrity, streaking across the neutral zone and tried to headman him the puck. A little too strong for the freshman. But you like to see that teamwork right there on the breakout attempt. Here's a shot right on from the near side point, wide off the end board. Scooped back up by Colombo. He'll work it out from behind the net. Centering feed, loose puck out in front as Brussels able to knock it loose back into the near wing corner. Played back around for Lombardo. He'll hold on to it, sends it up to Brussels, who takes the hit in front of his own bench and gets it out to neutral ice as Gavin Burris gives chase. Held on at the line momentarily before it's scooped away by Trout, and now here he comes all by himself. Under pressure from McGurk, rides him off into the sunset, back out from behind the net as McGurk sends it ahead. DeBras saw the hit coming and was able to look out, and there's a big hit there on Gavin Burris. Knocked him off the puck, no call, as play continues back out to center ice, and that's where those football two-a-days come in handy for Gavin Burris. We call that just a Tuesday where he comes from, and so none the wiser heads back to the bench As that one forced in by the Eagles, they'll get a change now with 3:53 to go and counting here in this first period. 1-0 Bishop Watterson early if you're just joining us tonight on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. That one forced back in. Live from the historic Hobart Arena on the banks of the Great Miami River in downtown Troy. Glad to have you along for the ride tonight for some non-conference Division I varsity hockey as this one plays ahead. Trojans battling down into the far corner as McGurk plays it up the near wing. Chipped it off the wall. Here's Garrity with a good play. Got his pocket picked momentarily by Grassi, who's able to clear it out to center momentarily before this one's picked up by Lombardo. Back to Garrity, a shot wide of the net, rebound into the near wing corner. Played ahead is Lombardo. He'll send it in front of the net before it's stripped away at the last moment and sent up to the point. Now here's a breakout the other way for Colin Meyer. Across the Trojans line, he'll force it in. 2 minutes and 56 seconds now to go here in the opening period from Hobart Arena as this one's played up the near wing. Trojans, touch pass. Across the line, icing. Waved off, but the offsides was allowing the Trojans to tag up as this one right back now for Bishop Watterson, who chips it inside the Trojans end deep. Reaching for it down low is Chirac, who plays it around the boards now for Cole DeBras for the Trojans. Could not clear, back to the point, shot, loose, bobbled by the goaltender, and he will hold on to it. Stopping the clock now with 2:26 to go here in this first period. A little bit of a testy moment there for the goaltender, Austin Clark, who bobbled the initial shot in his glove, but was able to cover up to stop the clock and force the faceoff here inside the Trojans' end as Burris wins the draw but takes the price. As this one right back, rink-wide feed, left wing corner. Battling down low out from behind the net. Hit off the puck was DeBras as he'll work it off the short glass. Now ahead for Gavin Burris on the breakout the other way. 2-on-2, Burris left wing side across the line. In onside, forces it in as that one's going to be stopped by the goaltender Andrew Burry. And that stops the clock just shy of 2 minutes now to go here in this first period. As you see, Andrew Burry right there was able to make the save. Wasn't quite sure what to make of it. As the draw controlled by the Trojans, McGurk's able to keep it in onside and throw it right back inside the Bishop Watterson zone. Under 2 minutes now to go as that centering feed out through the slot. Intended for DeBras was mishandled. I think he had his stick lifted at the last moment, and the Trojans tag up at the Eagles line as out they come to center ice. Left wing side out to center is Pavliga, and that will be an offsides call. 1:37 to go here in this first period. An offsides call stopped the clock. And so on this 1-0 first period, approaching 90 seconds to go, the faceoff in the neutral zone in front of Jay Graham's bench on the far side of this COVID-altered rink. As the benches are on opposite sides this year, spaced out, and there's a big shot right there, knocked up into play, into the bench right there, and so we'll get another stoppage with 1:27. And so the faceoff will remain at center ice. And it's controlled momentarily by the Eagles. Up the near wing, picked back up by Trout. Right wing side, he'll get past Berghardt. Looks for a centering feed out of the trapezoid and around. Curls, fires that one off the side of the cage. Rebound back to the point near side. Shot wide off the kick plate. Rebound again into the corner as McGurk battling for it down low. Out to help was Glover. He'll work it ahead for Lombardo, who's able to scoop it out. Now a 2-on-1 the other way for the Trojans. Here's Cameron Lombardo, a shot as that one knocked up into the paraphernalia of goaltender Andrew Burry. And that stops the clock now with 56.3 seconds to go here in this first period, and a good 2-on-1 effort for the Trojans. Getting a quality shot on goal was Cameron Lombardo, but now a 3-on-1 the other way. Here's the shot, score! 45.8 seconds to go in the opening period. It's now a 2-0 hockey game. And so we'll go downstairs for the official call here momentarily from Roger Mumpower. But 2-0 lead for Bishop Watterson. DJ Colombo is going to get credit for the goal as the Eagles will work it inside the Trojans' end. Caden Lombardo stripped it away momentarily. Back out to center ice, regrouping are the Eagles, who fire it back inside the Trojan zone. Again, played by Hernandez. Wraps it back now for Caden Lombardo and up the near wing. One-touch pass, but not out. As DeBras tried to clear, finally squeaks across the line with under 10 seconds now to go, forcing the Eagles to dump this one inside the Trojan zone, and that should do it. As time expires. And so one period of hockey in the books. And so a fairly decent hockey game, what we're seeing here. Two teams feeling each other out. Have not seen each other since late in the season last year. And again, like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both hockey teams coming into tonight with wins. As the Trojans fresh off a big 10-2 win last night in Cincinnati against Elder. And, of course, a Capital Hockey Conference Blue Division win for Bishop Watterson last night. A 6-3 win over Columbus Academy. And so both hockey clubs still not quite sure what to make of the other team. The Trojans certainly a much improved hockey club from the last time Bishop Watterson and the Trojans met during last season's interesting season for the Trojans. And so we're seeing a very even hockey game out on the ice. You like to see that. And so as we get set here to begin period number 2, the Trojans trying to get back on the board here, facing a 2-goal deficit. As we welcome you here inside the historic Hobart Arena, if you're just joining us on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. Trojans and the Bishop Watterson Eagles, the first meeting regular season this year. And second period action underway as this one won back by the Eagles, intercepted by Cole DeBras before it's lost at the last moment. And now here come the Eagles with a quick shot. That one saved by Clark. Rebound controlled, and he will hold on to it. And a wise play right there with 14:44 to go here in this second period. Controlled by the junior netminder, Austin Clark. And the Trojans will clear it out to center ice. Here's Gavin Burris. 2-on-1 the other way. Burris, a shot, tried to pick the far corner just off the high glass. Rebound back into the far wing corner. 11-6, the shots on goal in favor of Bishop Watterson through 15 minutes. As the Eagles just in on side, a shot, paddled to save by Clark. Rebound, they score. And that a tough one right there for the Trojans, as the initial shot was saved. 14-17 here in this second period. A 3-0 lead now for Bishop Watterson. And play continued out inside the Eagles zone. Battling it down low is Marie Grassi. Works it back into the near side corner. Out from behind the net, now working it up the far boards out to center as it's scooped up by Colin Berghardt. Freshman sends it ahead to the captain, Kellen Glover, who works it back out to center ice. And back inside, Eagle territory. There's Glover. Overskating the puck. Turned it back over, but it picked up by Cameron Lombardo and a shot on. As they're announcing the goal there for the Eagles. Out to center ice they come. Here's Stortz across the line in onside. Believe they gave that one to Colombo. We'll check that one during the intermission. Not sure if we agree upstairs here or not, but that's at least the word from public address announcer Roger Mumpower as this one played inside the Trojan zone. 13:07 now to go here in this middle stanza. 3-0 Bishop Watterson as that one's gloved down by Cameron Lombardo. Can't clear the puck out in front. Held on at the line. A shot deflected off a player in front. It looked like Berghardt. And the Trojans are able to clear as both clubs settling in. Red stripe. Glover at the end of his shift dumps it in as that one's played back by the Eagles and around as Nick Colombo out from behind his net plays it ahead. Now for Chan. Loose puck. Intercepted momentarily by Burris. Back to Chan at the half boards on the near side before this one stripped away by Cole DeBras. Sent back out from behind the net. Now they'll try it on the far side. Picked back up this time. Scooped up by Simone across the line in onside. Here's Simone, a backhander. Glove down. And that one's going to be saved by the goaltender, Austin Clark, with 12:07 to go. And so the face-off will remain inside the Eagle with that shot from the far side. Played back into the corner. Here's Burris out from behind his own net. Under 12 minutes now to go here in this second period. 3-0 Eagles in the lead. As Caden Lombardo sends that around for the Trojans. Played back to the point and held in by the Eagles. A shot wide left off the end board. Skitters now ahead top of the circle. Here's Grassi. A shot, bobbled and played and finally held on to by the goaltender, Austin Clark. With 11:35 now to go here in this second period. And so his play continues. Inside the Trojans' end. Working it ahead. Trying to get it deep inside the Eagles zone. Finally does. Is posting up behind the net is Pavliga. Before this one's sent ahead. Meyer tries to clear but cannot. Is a shot from the point by McGurk just wide. And now here come the Eagles out to center ice the other way and across the Trojans line as Berghardt stands it up. And now catching the Eagles on a line change. Here's Quinn Garrity with the puck. Waving off the icing call, sends it across the crease where it's picked up by Cameron Lombardo. Out from behind the net. Had his pocket picked by Trout. Now working it up to the point and out. Back for Colin Berghardt off his shin pad. Big rebound. Nearly picked up. And that one off the helmet in front of Brendan Fever will finally meander its way deep inside the Bishop Watterson zone. Played around the Dashers. Now ahead. Eagles will chip it inside the Trojans' end. As that one played to the left of goaltender Austin Clark. Still trying to battle for it is Mike McGurk up against the kick plate before it's picked up by Chirac. He'll wrap it around before it's picked back up by the Trojans. And out they come. Centering feed intended for the shot right on by Cole DeBras. And that'll stop the clock with 10 minutes even here in this second period. 3-0 Bishop Watterson in the lead. And so the face-off will remain inside the Bishop Watterson zone. And maybe we'll try that one again, shall we? As they say something wasn't quite right. And so we'll do the face-off again, same spot. This one finally scooped up by the Eagles. Played around the Dashers. Here comes Bishop Watterson with a rink-wide outlet pass. Here they come the other way across the line as Trout, a shot, saved by Clark. Slow to get up after that one, but play continues as Colder-Bross works it up to the point and out. Grassi trying to control, could not hold on to it in front of the Trojans bench. And so it's scooped back up by Trout. Now here they come the other way. Offside's waved off as Trout tries to dangle through traffic. Cannot. Loose puck out in front. He scores. And the loose puck was all alone on that one. .9:18 to go. It's now a 4-0 hockey game in favor of the visitors. And so the face-off at center ice. They're going to give that one to DJ Colombo. That is the hat trick tonight for Colombo. And Durham will pick up an assist on that one as well, making it 4-0. As Roger Mumpower announcing that over the public address here at Hobart Arena. And now here come the Eagles the other way. Colombo tries to pick the corner. Save. This time by Clark. Rebound side of the cage. Finally puts a mitt on top of it. And so with 8 minutes and 42 seconds to go, Austin Clark makes the save, and the faceoff will remain inside the Trojans' end. As play now worked out of the Trojans' end. There's Mike McGurk with plenty of time, sends it out to center ice, but easily picked off by Pavliga, allowing the Eagles to get an offsides call. As that was number 25, Logan Stortz, that was just a little bit too slow getting out of the Trojans' end. And that will give Troy an opportunity to change lines. And so a hat trick for Colombo, the highlight of tonight's game so far. Trojans have yet to find the back of the net past goaltender Andrew Burry. As here's the centering feed knocked away by Joey Brussel before he'll send it back to the far point. Under pressure down low. Here's Pavliga, a shot low on. A rebound off the side of the cage. As sprawling out was Clark. And now here's Molly Polachek. Tries to get it clear. Finally flipped up and out of play. That'll make it 185 feet the other way. And so with 7 minutes and 56 seconds now to go, faceoff's going to come back inside the Trojans' end. On this 4-0 hockey game led by the visiting Bishop Watterson Eagles. Off the draw, this one sent back into the corner as Davis plays it up on the boards. Now up to the half boards before he's picked away by Gavin Burris. Forcing it back into the corner. Hernandez had the puck but stripped away at the last moment. Now back to help out as Lombardo is Caden Lombardo. Bounce pass ahead for Brussel. Rink-wide feed now for Polachek in onside. Drops it back for Glover, who works it back. Now Kellen Glover gets it back to Lombardo at the point. Hit off a skate in front and finally cleared back out to neutral ice. As play continues. Centering feed nearly picked off by Polachek. They'll get it back down low off the boards. As Molly's able to get it back out to center ice under pressure. Centering feed. No icing called as it's picked up by Lombardo. That'll give the Trojans a chance to get a line change. As they'll work it around now for Joey Brussel. Outlet pass. Racing forward is Molly Polachek. Gets it inside the zone. As she'll curl off and both clubs will get a change. As the Eagles cross the red line and in. No icing called. 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in this middle period. As play back on the far side. Stripped away at the line. Held in as they'll battle for it. Top of the circle now on the star. It's Cameron Lombardo. Gets ahead for Quinn Garrity across the line. A shot. And waffle boarded aside by Burry back into the far corner. Before this one's cleared around. Back by the Trojans, centering feed. Now for McGurk across the line. Takes the hit, gets it back into the corner. He'll pick up his own rebound behind the net. Centering feed again. Nobody was there in front of the net. And finally it's flipped the length of the ice all the way down as icing's waved off and played by Berghardt. Now the other way. Icing signaled this time. And icing the call against the Trojans. 6 minutes to go even here in this second period. What looked like it could have been an end-to-end icing situation will bring the faceoff back inside the Trojans' end. And off the draw, this one picked up by the Trojans. Here's Gabby Paff, the freshman, trying to battle against the Dashers. That one comes out into the slot. Glove down by Joey Brussel as they'll work it back into the corner. Scooped up by Colin Meyer as he'll hold on to it momentarily before it's sent around to Chirac on the near side. Centering feed! That one went right through the legs of Clark. He didn't even see it as play continues back inside the Trojans' end. Close call, but the hockey gods are smiling mightily on that one. And so the Eagles will regroup out of their own net. Brussel, a late hit, no call by the officials. As the Trojans send that one rink wide. Scooped back up. Picked up momentarily by the Trojans as they work it out to center ice, but a good effort there by DJ Colombo to continue the momentum at the Trojans line before it's picked back off by Caden Lombardo off the Dashers and forced in by DeBross, and the Trojans will get a line change now with under 5 minutes to go here in this middle period. 4-0. Bishop Watterson in the lead. They'll step across the Trojans line. A shot. That one saved by Clark. Rebound on the near wing side. Outlet pass from Crawford. Regrouping, rink wide. Eagles centering feed. This one picked up by Trout. A shot. That one hit off of some paraphernalia in front and knocked away by the Trojans at the last minute. And here comes Berghardt. 3 wide across the line, a shot right on. Burry makes the save, and that'll stop the clock now with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in this second period. And so the face-off inside the Eagles zone controlled by Bishop Watterson back out of their own corner with Nick Colombo who sends it back into the near side. Shot from the point, knocked away by Trout in the corner as they'll battle down low. Crawford centering feed, tried to connect with Lombardo, couldn't get it in time, and now Trout sends it out to center ice and across the Trojans line. Back on the half boards. Under pressure, there's a penalty. Going to come to the Trojans as they'll battle empty net now. And you can see that one coming, as could be a boarding or a roughing call. Depends on how referee Robert Hoppy decides to call it, but it is the freshman Colin Berghardt. A dangerous hit on the half boards on the left wing side. You really hate to see hits like that happen. And so with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the second period, the Bishop Watterson Eagles will get the game's first power play. As they'll win the draw back to the corner. There's the shot wide of the net. Roughing is the call on Berghardt. And the game's first power play. Now shorthanded, a 2-on-1 the other way for the Trojans. Burris centering feed, tried to get Lombardo, but it hopped over his stick at the last moment. Good effort there, shorthanded, as Burris battling for the puck down low. Playing it again. Inside the Trojans' end. Out from behind the net. Here's the centering dish. A shot. Colombo. That one turned aside by Clark. Rebound. Scooped up this time by Nick Colombo before it's cleared the length of the ice. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go on the penalty to Colin Berghardt for roughing, as that one's going to be gloved down by Austin Clark. Wasn't quite sure where that one went. And so the face-off remains inside the Trojans' end. And it'll be taken by Kellen Glover. That'll be opposite Hayden Stortz, as Stortz wins it back to the point for Fever. Works it into the corner, now back on this high cycle at the line, under pressure for Garrity. On the half boards, Trojans try to clear against the Dashers. A shot by Fever, rebound, loose puck, knocked away in the slot, as they'll clear it back top of the circle. There's another shot, paddled aside by Clark in the cage. So they'll work it back on the near side corner now for Mike McGurk, who wraps it up the Dashers. Held on by Fever at the line, near side. Sends it, top of the circle, scooped up by Stortz as he'll carry it out from behind the net and around the trapezoid. Looking for that centering pass, left wing side, under pressure from Garrity. Good penalty killing right there for the Trojans, as they are able to clear it 180 feet the other way with 2 minutes to go in the second period. 10 seconds left on that penalty to Colin Burghardt, and the Trojans' first penalty kill of the night. Right back inside the zone, Trojans will tag up as Troy returns to full strength, as the penalty killing unit has killed off the first power play of the night for the Bishop Watterson Eagle, with 1:45 to go here in the second period. Face-off now will be taken to the glove side of goaltender Austin Clark. As a fresh biscuit out on the ice, that a souvenir puck for a socially distanced fan, brought to you by OGP, the official game puck provider of the Troy Trojans. Visit them online now at ogp.com. As the walking in, a shot right on, saved by Clark. We'll stop the clock now with 1:37 to go, as Clark was able to make the save. As we're back to even strength hockey here, the Trojans killing off the lone penalty of the night. As here's Cole DeBras, a 2-on-1 the other way for the Trojans. DeBras, short side, tried to feed it, saucer pass over to Gavin Burris, but a bit too rich for his liking, as the loose puck in the slot finally cleared out to center ice. Posting up is Trout, sends it rink wide. This picked up by Pavliga across the line. Left wing side takes the hit, gets it out from behind the net as McGurk sends it around the short glass. That one beats Marie Grassi to make it all the way down inside the Eagles' territory with under a minute now to go here in this second period. 4-0, Bishop Watterson in the lead as they'll work it across the Trojans' line. Dancing through is Colombo, trying to get it through, also with a little help from Trout. Back on the far point, hit off a skate down low, works it back into the corner now for Colin Burghardt. Left wing side, kicks it ahead on the half boards, takes the hit and scooped up. Now this rink-wide feed for Quinn Garrity on the near side. Gets it across the red stripe and fires it deep inside Bishop Watterson's zone with 26 seconds and counting. As the Eagles, out of their own zone, finally clear out to center ice, and reaching for it was Colombo. DJ Colombo, a swipe, but just wide. Loose puck out in front, picked up and shot just off the high glass. 10 seconds and counting now in this second period. Here's a lone shot, paddled aside by the goaltender Austin Clark, as the Eagles putting on pressure here to close out the middle stanza. Out from behind the net, finally the horn blows. And that is 30 minutes of hockey as the Trojans and the Eagles finish 2 periods with the Bishop Watterson Eagles leading 4-0 after 2 periods as they head into the dressing room. And so the Trojans have their work cut out for them here in this second period. And so coming into the intermission, head coach Rick Szabo and assistant coach Carl Mick will have plenty to break down for the boys and girls in the dressing room. And we will step aside. 4-0, Bishop Watterson in the lead after 2 periods. We will step aside for the intermission break. When we come back, we will have Troy Trojans versus Bishop Watterson, period number 3. You're watching Troy Trojans Varsity Hockey on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. As we welcome you back live inside the historic Hobart Arena in downtown Troy, the Troy Trojans trailing the Bishop Watterson Eagles 4-0 after 2 periods of play. As we welcome you back on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network, the Trojans definitely having their work to do here in this third period. As the players starting to come out onto the ice. And so we'd like to take this moment to thank our sponsors on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. I'd like to thank Poppin' Off Gourmet Popcorn and Ice Cream on the Square in downtown Troy, Canine Creations in Tip City, Troy Speech Therapy on Robin Hood Lane in Troy, Harlow Custom Home Builders, Clopay, America's favorite garage door, Excellence in Dentistry, Minster Bank, and Carl McPlumbing. As we're underway here for third period action along the banks of the Great Miami River, I'm JT Szabo. Glad to have everybody along for the ride for this one as the Trojans try to find the back of the net for the first time tonight with a shot right on by Gavin Burris as that's knocked away by Burry at the last moment. They'll play it now out to center ice where it's picked up by Trout and across the Trojans line. Out in front of the net, poke checked away by goaltender Austin Clark as they'll work it back into a sloppy corner as ice still a little bit wet from the resurfacing. We'll have to keep an eye out on that with the humidity level in the building tonight. As play chips out to center ice, icing waved off as they'll work it out on the left wing side, but not out. Held in by Garrity momentarily as the puck knocked away in front of the circle, and now down low, out from behind the net. Working it out. Through traffic is Pavliga across the line, now ahead for Trout. In onside as that one's picked up by Jesus Hernandez in the Trojans' corner. He'll flip it around the boards. Back on the near wing side. Still battling along the boards as it's picked up by Kellen Glover. Outlet pass now ahead for Cameron Lombardo, who chips it inside the Eagles' territory. As back to help out was Quinn Garrity. Back on the half-board's left wing side. Stripped back away by the Eagles as Colombo sends that one out to center, and he takes a big hit from behind. He was looking for a call from the referee. Didn't get one, and we're going to get one here. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty. I believe it's going to go against the Bishop Watterson Eagles. Just as easily could have gone against Quinn Garrity for the Trojans for that early hit in front of the Eagles bench. And so the Trojans try to put out the right combination for what I believe will be their first power play of the night. A penalty to number 8, Hayden Stortz, will give the Trojans their first Clopay power play of the night. This one brought to you by Clopay, America's favorite garage door. Head contact the call against Stortz as the Trojans control inside the Bishop Watterson zone. Played around now for Lombardo. Bouncing puck in front of the net. That one knocked away by the Eagles, and they're going to send that one all the way down free of charge as it's played now by Berghardt out from behind his own net. Forced down low, but kept in by the Eagles. Top of the circle, left wing side. Rink-wide pass, intercepted by Berghardt and his shin pad. As now here come the Trojans the other way with Gavin Burris near wing side. Drops it back to the point, but nobody was there. The trailer just hopped off the bench. And now here comes Trout all alone under traffic back inside the Trojans' end. Posting up back in the far corner. Played around, scooped up by the Trojans. Outlet pass. All the way down, icing waved off as they say it was touched up in the neutral zone. And so with a minute remaining on the Trojans' first man advantage of the night, second power play of the entire contest, the Trojans will regroup out of their own zone with fresh legs for both clubs. Outlet pass, icing signaled, and icing the call. With 12:04 to go here in this third period, the faceoff will come all the way back inside the Trojans' end. 46 seconds remaining on the power play for the Trojans off that head contact penalty to Hayden Stortz. And so the faceoff inside the Trojans' end. Troy struggling to control from the dot, finally cleared out thanks to the captain, Kellen Glover, as he'll regroup at his own line. With lots of time across the red stripe, he'll dump it deep inside the Eagles' territory. Still playing out from behind the net. There's Pavliga posting up. Gets it back now for Glover in the near wing corner as he'll send that one out from behind the net. Lombardo scoops it up out of the trapezoid, hits it off the Zamboni gate now for Glover. Off this low cycle for the Trojans, out from behind the net. Still, we talked about sticky ice. Very wet from that ice cutting. That could affect their low cycle as you see them struggling to contain the puck. As it's finally back to Lombardo, a shot, loose puck on the side of the cage, knocked away off the high glass, and finally chipped out to center ice as both clubs return to full strength. 11:06 to go here in regulation in front of the Trojans bench. Careful not to get it too many men on the ice penalty. They're finally across the Eagles line onside as that shot paddled aside by Burry right back in the far side. And now here comes Bishop Watterson the other way. Out to center ice. Played ahead by Cole DeBras momentarily before it's scooped back up by Brandon Fever, and he'll carry it across the Trojans line right wing side. Back into the corner, forced into the Dashers by Glover. Here's Matty Logan trying to control the puck. Logan gets it out to the point, but not out as the shot rings wide. Goaltender didn't have it. As the Trojans now across the Eagles line onside, a shot right on. Played by Burry, and he'll hold on to stop the clock now with 10:23 to go here in the third period. And fresh legs out for the Troy Trojans with the faceoff inside the Eagle zone. Here's a shot right on as that one blasting wide of the net. Back at the point, held on by Brussel. He's got time across the star before has his pocket picked, but Colin Burghart's right there to help out as Burris floats back to the line. They'll tag up for onside as play out to neutral ice. Scooped up by Cole DeBras out on the red stripe. That'll be picked up by Joey Brussel momentarily before he coughs it back up. And now here come the Eagles inside Trojan territory. DJ Colombo already with a hat trick tonight. Plays it out from behind the net as the Trojans throw it off the Dashers. Trying to clear, but not out. Back around, wrapping it to the far side of Cole DeBras on the half boards. One touch pass now streaking from the bench is the captain, Kellen Glover, who forces it deep and allows the Trojans to finish their line change. As that long outlet pass picked up out through neutral ice by Garrity. One touch back across the line. That'll throw at the line as the Trojans try to contain out through neutral ice. Cross ice pass hit off the skate of Quinn Garrity. As that one right back inside Eagles territory. Under 10 minutes now to go here in regulation. 4-0. Bishop Watterson in the lead. As they'll curl off at the point. Here's Trout, top of the circle. Low shot on the ice. Rebound side of the cage. Off the end boards, they'll work it back now half boards, and the Trojans able to clear. 9 minutes and counting in the third period as the Eagles retreating did not tag up, and finally Colin Durham gets the memo from the referee Jim Boston, and play continues as that outlet pass inside the Eagles territory. Quinn Garrity at the tail end of his shift tries to play it out from behind the net and around to the point. Held on by Hernandez before he gets knocked off the puck. Back to help out is Caden Lombardo. Onside play, picked up this time by Stortz, and he'll pick it up out from behind the net. Centering feed from behind the goaltender. Clear but not out. Now top of the slot. Back for Lombardo. Sends it all the way down. And icing the call now with 8:20 to go here in this third period to bring the faceoff all the way back inside the Trojans' end. And that a relief valve effort by the Trojans just to get the puck out of their own zone. And they suffer the icing call because of it. 24-13 are the shots on goal through this point in favor of the Bishop Watterson Eagles as they win the draw. Top of the circle, shot, hit off a deflection in front. With 8:13 to go now here in this third period. And we'll do the face-off again in the same spot. This time won by the Trojans, as Burris is able to get it to Berghardt and out, giving chases the freshman Jack Crawford on the far side. Outlet pass for the Eagles. In onside, picking up the bouncing puck. This one was Stortz. That shot, and he scores. Stortz was able to knock it in. 7:55 to go here in the third period. And so it's a 5-0 hockey game. As the Trojans work it inside the zone as expected. Hayden Stortz getting credit for the goal. Marie Grassi picking up a helper for that one as well. The 5th goal of the night, making it a 5-0 hockey game. At the 7:44 mark, we got an offsides call to put the faceoff in front of Jay Graham's bench on the opposite side. Again, because of social distance protocols and the Ohio High School Athletic Association protocol separating the benches. And so play continues. Giving them, I got to say, a lot of the teams I've talked to this season are actually kind of enjoying the extra space on the bench. It is the entire neutral zone span. A little bit unnerving the first couple games without glass on this side, but the teams seem to have adjusted okay given the circumstances. And at this point, as long as they can continue to play, that's really what matters. Through all of the craziness that has happened in this past year and what we're seeing to start 2021 is here's Jack Crawford for the Trojans. He'll flip it up into the paraphernalia of Brandon Fever as play continues inside the zone. Good effort there by the freshman. Did not give up as Jesus Hernandez plays it in front of his own bench and knocks Cameron Lombardo into the gate. A dangerous play right there. Head coach Rick Szabo quick to jump out of the way. Still those lightning quick goaltender reflexes for the old netminder at the bench. Centering feed knocked away by Berghardt. In front of the net, he'll come away with it. Kicks it over. Now for Quinn Garrity. Garrity swarmed all over. Will finally force it back into the corner now for Cameron Lombardo. Out from behind the net. Broken play, intercepted, rebound, loose puck picked away. And this one scooped up by Trout, and out he comes. And wisely putting a body on it is the goaltender. And so with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third period, Clark putting a mitt on top of it, stops the clock with a face-off inside the Trojans' end. And some fresh legs out on the ice for Troy. And it's one back as Grassi, the shot right on. Played back on the near wing corner. Up the near wing. Battling for it was Joey Brussel against the kick plate. Still trying to hold on. Little bit of help from Berghardt around the short glass and around. Half-board's left wing side, but not out as DeBras couldn't hold on to it. Finally at the line. Held in. DeBras is there. Finally out. Feeding Gavin Burris now as he'll work it back into the corner. Under pressure on this outlet pass the other way. Here's Pavliga across the center ice. Offsides the call. And offsides will stop the clock now with 5 minutes and 31 seconds. With a face-off in the neutral zone. Fresh legs out for Rick Szabo's club. As in to take the draw is the captain, Kellen Glover. As it's controlled by the Eagles deep inside the Trojan zone. Battling against the Dashers was Lombardo. One-touch pass, but right back in, as that one was forced deep by Storts inside the Trojans' end. Even strength hockey continues. Only 2 penalties tonight of noteworthy. As a shot from the point, turned aside by Clark. Rebound knocked away at the last minute by Lombardo. And he'll pick up the rebound on the half-board's left wing side. On this breakout attempt, out to center ice. Scooped up this time by Fever at his own line. He'll work it back, but not out. As it's picked up the other way by Colombo and across the line. Big hit as Glover knocked his man into section 27 with the big cheers from the student contingent. Played back on the far side. Battling again is Storts. Still tangling up with Garrity, and a delayed penalty coming. Penalty coming as Clark leaves the net. Here's Lombardo, a shot right on. Lombardo still with the puck. Loose puck out in front. Nobody was there. And finally, the Trojans with the extra attackers could not get a quality shot, but they did get a couple attempts at that one as Andrew Burry making the save there. The penalty is going to be a hooking call with 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Two minutes for hooking will put the Trojans back on the power play for the second time tonight. Trojans getting away with a big one there is Joey Brussel. A dangerous cross-check. Should have been a penalty for the Trojans, but play continues as that shot right on by Mike McGurk. Back for Brussel, battling on the near side. Storts in the box, giving the Trojans their second Clopay power play of the night, brought to you by Clopay, America's favorite garage doors. Walking in is Trout. He'll knock the net off, and we'll get a stoppage now as the clock stops with 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go. A minute 27 on that penalty to Storts, and the Trojans' second power play of the night. As the shot wide of the net off the end boards. Rebound out of the trapezoid and around now for Joey Brussel off the high glass. Now for Berghardt. Back for Brussel, near side corner, trying to get the breakout on the power play. Centering feed out to center ice is Burris at the red stripe in front of his own bench. Couldn't hold on to the puck. And this one right back inside the Eagles' territory and around the Dashers. 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go. 1 minute now as there's a shot. Save made by the goaltender. And he'll hold on. And so fresh legs out for both clubs with a face-off deep inside Trojan territory. 56 seconds left on that penalty to Storts. As the Trojans control the draw out of their own zone, here's Cameron Lombardo. Rushing out to center ice, too wide. He's got Burris on his wing, a shot, paddled aside by Burry. Rebound, near side corner, long outlet pass, no icing called as Clark comes out of his net to play it out from behind the net. Under pressure down low, wraps it around the Dashers at the point, held on by Durham. Right back into the corner and ahead. Now for Lombardo. Cameron Lombardo across the line, checked off the puck, is able to get it back into the corner before he throws on the brakes. 20 seconds now on the Trojans' power play. Here's Kellen Glover, a little help on the half boards. Now to Berghardt, fanned on the shot, rebound back into the far corner. Centering feed down low, trying to play it back to the point. It's Berghardt. Here's a shot. That one hit out in front off the stick of Colombo. They'll work it back on the half boards left wing side, and now shorthanded. Here come the Eagles the other way, 3 wide across the Trojans line. As that penalty expires, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Centering feed out in front. Trying to get a piece of it was Durham. He'll work it back to the point. Held on by Fever. Drops it back on the side of the cage out of the trapezoid. He'll wrap it around the Dashers. Right back for Durham. One touch pass, centering feed as Meyer tried to get that one out in front. Block shot by Lombardo. As the Trojans are able to clear with 1:50 to go here in regulation. 5-0. The lead for Bishop Watterson against the Trojans in this interconference matchup between The Capital Hockey Conference in the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League is that one out of the box, up and out of play. And then another souvenir puck for a socially distanced fan, brought to you by OGP, the official game puck provider of your Troy Trojans. Visit them online at ogp.com. As the face-off, one right on, Eagles shot and score! And so just like that, with 1:29 to go here in the third period, now a 6-0 lead. As play continues out through neutral ice. Pablo Smith getting credited for the goal, as public address announcer Roger Mumpower announcing that here at Hobart. Pablo Smith picks up the goal as this played in front of the Watterson bench. On the left wing side, reaching forward on this long stretch pass. Icing signaled. Icing waved off as they'll work it out from behind the net. Here's Hernandez. Gets it out to center. Right back in as the Eagles are able to pump it deep inside the Trojans' end for Mike McGurk on the left side. Up the wing now for Colder-Bross. Under a minute now to go here in regulation. 6-0. The Trojans trail Bishop Watterson as this one played back inside the Eagles zone. Fresh legs for both clubs. Giving chase. Down low as that outlet pass. Stripped away as Meyer blew a tire and couldn't hold on to it. This one right back now with 25 seconds to go for Berghardt. Stretch pass intended for Lombardo, but will not make it. And so with 20 seconds to go, that'll bring the face-off all the way back inside the Trojans' end. Well, we knew this was going to be a test for the Trojans. And just like everything else head coach Rick Szabo has put in place in the last 2 years since retaking the program, that's certainly a benchmark moment for the Trojans, a very young hockey club, on how they compete against some of the better clubs in the Capital Hockey Conference as the Troy Trojan hockey program continues to develop back into the shape it was 15, 20 years ago. And tonight went a long way in doing just that as the horn will blow. And that is it. As you see the Eagles congratulating their winning netminder Andrew Burry right there. The final score tonight from Hobart Arena. The Bishop Watterson Eagles 6, the Troy Trojans 0, as both clubs at center ice now saluting each other. As you get the hug, the Trojans will skate off the ice tonight as they fall to the Bishop Watterson Eagles by a final score of 6-0. But like we said, this is a non-conference matchup for both clubs. And the lessons learned here for a very young hockey club here in Troy will help propel the organization forward. And it's always great to get together with our friendly rivals there at Bishop Watterson. Of course, Jay Graham, their head coach, one of the great coaches in the Capital Hockey Conference, actually just picked up his 400th win behind the bench, so we thank him and congratulate him for that. As he started out as a rival to the Troy Trojans when Upper Arlington, the Golden Bears, were members of the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League years and years ago, and so no stranger to this building and the Troy Trojans hockey program. Jay Graham, one of the better ones. And so we thank Bishop Watterson for coming tonight and making a very exciting hockey game for our fans inside the building. As your final score tonight, inside the historic Hobart Arena, it wasn't how the Trojans wanted it to go in any way, shape, or form, but they split the weekend, falling tonight 6-0 after a convincing 10-0 win last night in Cincinnati against league rival league rival Cincinnati Elder. And so even with the weekend split, a very successful weekend for head coach Rick Szabo and his hockey club. Can't say enough about what we saw tonight, and we thank everybody for tuning in tonight on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network, brought to you by our good friends at Clopay. It was an excellent hockey game tonight, and we do appreciate everybody for being a part of it, as the Troy Trojans will be back in action for one final time here inside the historic Hobart Arena as they close out the season at home on Sunday, February 7th. Hosting Gehenna Lincoln Lions at 11:30 on a special Super Bowl Sunday game, the annual Super Bowl morning game here inside historic Hobart Arena. As always, we'll have that game for you live right here on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Harlow Builders, Excellence in Dentistry, Minster Bank, Troy Speech Therapy, Carl McPlumbing, Canine Creations, Poppin' Off Gourmet Popcorn and Ice Cream on the Square in downtown Troy, as well as our good presenting sponsor, Clopay, America's favorite garage door. For one final time, signing off from the historic Hobart Arena in downtown Troy, I am JT Szabo. For our entire crew here inside the arena, for Rhino, Riley, John Wyatt, and of course Lily Grace, I'm JT Szabo. Good night.